Spotlight.
This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on the launch of PM Dhan Dhaanya Krishi Yojana and Dalhan Atmanirbharta mission. The participants are Shekhar, Iyer, political analyst, and Vaibhav J. Srivastava, anchor.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched, inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of multiple projects and schemes worth over 42,000 crore rupees in the agriculture and allied sectors at a special Krishi program in New Delhi. During the event organized at the Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Prime Minister Modi unveiled two major initiatives in the agriculture sector: PM Dhaanya Krishi Yojana and the mission for Atmanirbharta in pulses with an outlay of more than 35,000 crore rupees. The Prime Minister has always stressed that the foundations of a Vikasit Bharat, a developed Bharat, will have the Krishi sector, the agriculture sector at its base, and it's exceedingly important that our farmer brothers and sisters have an increased income, are always happy with their produce and the revenue that they generate, and are brought into the mainstream. To discuss more on these, we have a very special guest in the studios of Akashvani. We have with us senior political analyst Shri Shekhar Iyer. Shekhar ji, welcome to the studios of Akashvani.
Namaskar, Vaibhav ji.
Before we begin this important discussion, let's hear the words of Prime Minister Modi on farmer welfare and self-reliance.
इस ऐतिहासिक दिन देश की आत्मनिर्भरता के लिए, किसानों के कल्याण के लिए दो महत्वपूर्ण नई योजनाओं की शुरुआत हो रही है। पहली प्रधानमंत्री धन धान्य कृषि योजना और दूसरी दलहन आत्मनिर्भरता मिशन। ये दो योजनाएं भारत के करोड़ों किसानों का भाग्य बदलने का काम करेगी। इन योजनाओं पर भारत सरकार करीब 35,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा खर्च करने वाली है।
Shekhar ji, PM Dhaanya Krishi Yojana and the mission for Atmanirbharta or self-reliance in pulses. How important are these two missions launched by PM Modi?
This is in line with the government's project that is already ongoing, which is, more than 100 districts have been brought under what are called aspirational districts. Now, some of those districts, 100 of them will be focused for development of agriculture in these districts. And district magistrate or the collector will particularly take the responsibility along with the farmers so that whatever is necessary at that particular district level, that can be built up very quickly. So the first idea is there should be a adoption of crop diversification, because we have seen a situation where in large parts of the country, the farmers prefer to grow either rice or wheat, which is the standard staple crop. But now the requirements are going for other types of crop, and particularly more value-added crops like fruits and vegetables. So the district collector is required now to formulate plans at that district level. What is good for the farmers there? What is the soil condition? What are the necessary rural infrastructure? That is in terms of cold storage and also other value chain basis, which is to see that there is, apart from post-harvest storage, panchayat level and at block level, the idea is to see that other facilities are provided along with long-term and short-term credit. See, they do get yearly twice they get from Kisan Samman Nidhi. Now the idea is that district-specific credit requirements are going to be addressed. This is a very, very important thing, and the whole idea is this will give them strength to become more, to stand on their own legs, as well as create facilities and involve capital expenditure that will leave behind facilities that will serve farmers year after year.
Absolutely, Shekhar ji. A healthy country, a country whose belly is filled with nutritional food, can only become a developed country, and I believe that the Prime Minister is continuously working in that direction. Also talking about a very important mission, which is self-reliance in pulses. Till date, we have to import a lot of pulses from other countries just to keep the markets or the economics of the pulses market stable and to give the benefits to the people and the farmers. Let's hear the words of PM Modi with regard to Dalhan.
11,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक का दलहन आत्मनिर्भरता मिशन इसमें किसानों की बहुत मदद करेगा। लक्ष्य ये है कि दाल की खेती में 35 लाख हेक्टेयर की वृद्धि हमें कैसे भी करके करनी है। इस मिशन के तहत तूर, उड़द और मसूर दाल की पैदावार बढ़ाई जाएगी। दाल की खरीद की उचित व्यवस्था की जाएगी। इससे देश के करीब 2 करोड़ दाल किसानों को सीधा लाभ होगा।
Shekharji, an ensemble of policies were launched and are still being executed very well across the nooks and corners of country regarding vegetable growth, fruit produce and milk production, and now the stress is on Dalhan or pulses. How important and far-sighted is this mission and the decision of the PM and his Council of Ministers? Your views?
As you mentioned, Vaibhav ji, this Dalhan Atmanirbharta mission, which is not only just increase in the production of pulses, but rather to look at how we are going to serve the future generation. We are doing very well when it comes to our cereal production. Absolutely. We are number 1 among the top producers. But we are also realizing, considering the rise in the cases of obesity, rise in the case of diabetes, there is a need now to see that the protein source is available more in number. And for large parts of this country where people are more vegetarian, so for them the protein source essentially comes from the pulses or the dals. So the idea is that this mission wants to see that it takes care of the aspect of not just the production, increase in production, but also nutritional security and self-reliance. So with this investment of 11,000 crore, the whole idea is to see that not only acreage goes up, that is expanding them. At the same time, at the existing production in different, already under existing, how productivity increases there. And the third part is, which is the most important part, is creation of very reliable value chain, which is right from procurement level, then storage, that is creation of cold storage facilities, then processing, because a lot of these pulses need processing and packaging. And so you need units to handling that at Grameen level, which is what this scheme for here, and also so that the losses can be cut down. So the whole idea is to take a holistic view of this so that the welfare of the farmers are very, very important. And the best way that we can do is to meet each and every requirement that goes for a profitable agriculture. It will attract more capital investments. Already government has been running these green freight cars or freight trains or goods trains which carry straight away fresh vegetables and fruits from the farm to the market. So that's why PM says that this is from seed, beach level to bazaar level, or from seed to the market.
Absolutely true, Shekharji. Be it the processing, the cold storage facilities or the dedicated freight services for farmers and their produce, to making sure that easy loans are available, the procedures are followed from an international level, and more diversification is done in the fields. Also, what is required for the agriculture sector to be at a higher level or increase its revenue or become more a part in the mainstream is a higher budget allocation, and I believe that we all know that this government, PM Modi's government, has been able to do so. Let's hear the words of PM Modi on an empowered farmer as well as a higher budget allocation.
बीते 11 वर्षों से सरकार का निरंतर प्रयास रहा है कि किसान सशक्त हो, खेती पर ज्यादा निवेश हो। बीते 11 वर्षों में खेती का बजट करीब 6 गुना बढ़ गया है। इस बढ़े हुए बजट का सबसे अधिक फायदा हमारे छोटे किसानों को हुआ है।
It clearly shows, Shekharji, that PM Modi's vision truly believes that agriculture is a sector which can still and continue to be the backbone of Indian economy. Our farmers can very well contribute to a Vikasit, a developed Bharat. How important is the fact that budget allocation has been increased, and how important is this belief that an empowered, developed country would surely mean an empowered farmer?
The Prime Minister is always keen that there are 3 things that we'll have to do to take care of our agriculture. One is it should be sustainable. Secondly, it should be productive. And thirdly, it should be profitable for all, from the farmers to traders, so that everybody gets an economic uplift through this. And by increasing this budget, this has essentially benefited small and marginal farmers, who are considered, as you mentioned, the backbone of our agriculture. The government has also expanded the term agriculture. It is no more just looking at the traditional agriculture, but in the allied areas. That is why you are seeing more focus being given to animal husbandry, for fisheries and food processing, and particularly in milk production. We are now the number 1 milk producer. That is why in today's projects that were launched or inaugurated, nearly 5,450 crore have been involved in projects like, to give you an example, artificial insemination center both in Bengaluru and Jammu Kashmir. Then there is Center for Excellence in Amreli and Banas. Then there is establishment of IVF labs in Assam under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, which is for the protection and development of cow as a source of milk for our large population. Then you have the PM Matsya Sampada Yojana, where they have today launched a fish feed plant at Tejpur in Assam. And then other agro-processing clusters. You have got for additional infrastructure by way of irrigation in Krishna, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Then trout fishery project has been launched in Uttarakhand today by the Prime Minister. Apart from that, you have integrated aqua park in states from Nagaland to Odisha, that is on Hirakud, besides a fishing harbour in Karaikal, which is part of Pondicherry. So you can see that the main agriculture along with these allied sectors, they are very important to boost the income of farmers.
And Shekharji, also it has been seen that to bring the farmers in the mainstream, to bring our agricultural sector up to a global level, reforms have been brought in, not just thinking about the present, but the future generations of farmers as well. Exports have completely increased by unimaginable levels. PM Modi believes the agriculture sector is for our economy. Let's hear the words of the Prime Minister regarding the increased exports as well as the insurance sum being paid to the farmers.
हमने आप सभी किसानों के लिए बीज से लेकर बाजार तक अनगिनत रिफॉर्म किए, सुधार किए। बीते 11 वर्षों में भारत का कृषि निर्यात करीब 2 गुना हो गया। इस दौरान देश में 6 बड़ी फर्टिलाइजर फैक्ट्रियां बनाई गई। 25 करोड़ से ज्यादा सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड किसानों को मिले। पीएम फसल बीमा योजना से करीब 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए क्लेम के रूप में किसानों को मिले हैं।
That is for our economy. PM Fasal Bima Yojana, the insurance scheme, Kisan Samman Nidhi, Drone Didi, factories being set up, soil health cards and Kisan credit cards. How important are all these steps, Shekharji, and how much they will give a boost to the agricultural sector?
So to a great extent, our Indian farmers are today, freed from the vagaries of nature, because our farmers always suffer when there is excessive rainfall or where there is a drought situation.
Gee.
They also suffer when there is a cyclone or there is huge flooding.
Absolutely.
So therefore, in order to protect our farmers from these vagaries of nature, this Bima scheme has come as a sort of a strength to them, because they know in case they suffer crop loss on account of natural calamities, then there is always this insurance which is to give them a backup. Otherwise, earlier the story was a very tragic story where farmers usually borrowed from private lenders, and then by the time they raised the crop, they were permanently indebted to the money lenders, or they had to suffer because of natural calamities. So these things have been overcome in a large way, and today credit is being made available to nook and corner of our country so that our farmers can make available and feel confident that they can take the risks that are required, and also that some kind of fallback. There is always the government by their side with its various credit schemes and various other schemes.
We truly hope, Shekharji, that all these schemes and all these efforts of the Modi government bear fruit and it brings the farmers into the mainstream. It makes our agricultural sector even stronger and improves the profitability. Thank you so much for such an insightful discussion and being a part of this talk. Thank you, Shekharji.
Thank you.
You are listening to a discussion on the launch of PM Dhaanya Krishi Yojana and Dalhan Atmanirbharta mission. The participants were Shekhar, Iyer, political analyst, and Vaibhav J. Srivastava, anchor. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsttalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 9289094044.
Spotlight.